Students, sorry, we got our staff meeting about 40 minutes ago, and so I was getting things ready for tomorrow, and I had some people asking for a video tonight, so I'm going to do one real quick. This is not from your homework. These are just examples. This is another paper. So because I already did at least, sometimes I did 2 in each class or 1, so you only have 9. So I'll do some examples from another page. So what we said in class was you're going to start at the whole number, or it would have been the product if we were multiplying at the 2. So this is where I'm starting. I said make a line there, and that's where we begin. And you are seeing how many groups of 1s can you make, because the 5 on the bottom is just what the whole is cut up into, but you want to see how many groups of 1, because when you keep change flip, that 1 is going to be on the bottom. So I count and I say, okay, I have 1 group right there of 1. I have another group of 1, 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 and another group of 1. So how many groups was I able to make of 1? So if you count them, it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So my answer would be 10. Now you can check it with keep change flip, which, let me erase this. You would keep the 2, you would change the symbol, and flip your fraction. So of course you take your whole number and put it over 1. When you work it out, you get 10 over 1, which is equal to 10, which we got. So let's take a look at the next one. The next one is very similar because it has a 1 on top. Let's go to number 4. So what do I want to do? I want to start at the 2. Make a line. Now I want to see how many groups of 2 I can make. So I say, okay, here's 1, 2. Here's a group. 1, 2. Here's another 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 group. And 1, 2. Here's another group. Now we don't have anything left over, and one of the, I think the example number 1 on your homework, you did have some left over, and that's when you will have a whole number plus a fraction, a mixed number. But now I just count all my groups, and I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So my answer would be for number 4, 7. But let's check it with our keep, change, flip. When I work it out, I would get 14 over 2, which equals 7. Let's do this next one because I think number 5 we may have a leftover. So let's see. If I start at the 5, because that's where I start, I'm going to see how many groups of 2 I can make. So here would be 1, 2. Here's a group. 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 1, 2. Group. 1, 2. Group. 1, 2. Group. 1, 2. Group. So on. So you notice I have 1 jump left. So that means I'm going to have a fraction next to my whole number. Let's count how many whole numbers I've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I know it equals 12 whole, and I have 1 move left. I wasn't able to make another group of 2. So 1 out of, now it's not out of 5, we were doing groups of 2. So it should be 12 and a half is the answer for number 5. And so we can do our keep change flip and try it out. So it would be 5 over 1 times, now flip, 5 over 2. When you work it out, you would get 25 over 2, which would equal 12, and 1 left over, 1/2. Whoops, here you go. So here are a couple of examples I did with modeling for dividing fractions. These are pretty easy because you start with the whole number rather than starting at a fraction point. But good luck tonight, and I expect to have good scores on my prep work. Don't forget to show your parents your math interim that you got back or progress report from me today. And let's get ready for our test that we're going to have on Friday, all on topic 2. See you later. Have a good night. Go Knights.